All right, today's biggest news of the day is Nvidia, the company that is leading the world on making hardware manufacturing chips and an AI leader. This tech stock is blowing up on the markets and everybody's talking about it. What is Nvidia? Why is it so special? Nvidia is the maker of what you call a graphics card, which is a hardware piece of computer that you have that renders out information from data. These graphics cards are really important for computers as they're trying to create visuals for gaming, which is where Nvidia started. However, with the developments in artificial intelligence, there has been so much demand for computer chips that can process all of the data that's being crunched by these programs. So someone had to create the hardware that all these companies were using. And that company is Nvidia. They've created chips specifically designed for hardware processing. ChatGPT and OpenAI use Nvidia chips alongside Microsoft and basically every company that's working in the AI space using Nvidia chips for their data centers. Nvidia does more than just create the hardware though. They now have specialized computers, softwares, cloud services, and data centers themselves, as well as a whole host of venture and portfolio-backed initiatives to drive adoption of technology on the artificial intelligence and graphical design spaces for hardware manufacturing of computer processes. It's now basically a one-stop shop for AI. And this is amounted in Nvidia representing 70% market share. Can we talk about that? How big the computational systems hardware computing market is, and they own 70% of it? Customers are waiting years, potentially. We see 12 to 18 month wait times just for the newest hardware manufacturing, which their new chip, the H100, is rumored to be coming out in 2024. They're already selling pre-orders, and I know many people that are already clamoring to figure out how they can get their hands on this new technology. It's kind of like the craze to buy the newest Apple cell phone, except for developers and tech companies that are trying to get their hands on the latest and greatest Nvidia graphics cards and chips. The company has spent over $30 billion just on artificial intelligence development, one of the largest investments into this space of any company ever, and they actually are the ones producing what we call the picks and shovels for the industry. There are some potential competitors with AMD, with ARM's IPO coming up, but Nvidia is dominating the space, not only with their moat from creating all of this stuff, which don't forget, this takes a lot of raw resources and manpower, that all those supply chain relationships are a huge competitive moat, but then there's also software integrations and corporate partnerships that they've established that make it very difficult to penetrate this industry. And they just blew earnings out of the water. Last quarter, they were predicting a $7 billion revenue number, and they hit 11. That's a 65% increase from what everybody expected, which has resulted in a 200% increase of the stock price just this year alone. Everybody's tuning in today, Wednesday at 5 p.m., where they're going to be going over their earnings to talk about, have they overperformed expectations, or is the market cooling a little bit for AI? I think this company is the undisputed leader in this industry, and it really is difficult to break in. We see a lot of the geopolitical ties that are making it more difficult to create some of these supply chain relationships, and then of course just the scale of resources that they're able to allocate into investments in the industry, building partnerships, and then of course acquiring large inventory to bring costs down. I mean, they're already charging $40,000 just for that H100 chip that's not even out yet. So I think that it's going to be very difficult for other companies to come in here. This is certainly a strong play to bet on the AI industry. So that's Nvidia, that's Tech Talk, that's your biggest headline of the day. I'll talk to you next time.